I don't think you want to get rich. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And tonight we have two teams who both like to get out in transition, a torrid pace, high-octane call.
Back to win a championship. I'm surprised, Kenny. You got 2 rings. You should know that.
Well, I always from the school of
And small forward. At 6'9" inches, number 8, Luke Bennett.
We've got basketball action from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Pelicans, here on 2K Sports. The Pelicans hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. They are definitely a team of the bubble in the West, 9th place and vying for contention.
Yeah, you know, it's really tough what they're going through right now. The situation they're in, doubt starts to creep in, especially as the losses mount, and that just makes them as a team more and more vulnerable.
You know, you're right on point with that, Clark. I mean, the team chemistry does come into question. You have to wonder whether or not the players have started to tune the coaches out. So they just look completely disjointed out on the floor.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, Skinny in at shooting guard. Bargnani is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Johnson, and it's Williams at the 1. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Davis sets a screen. Passes it to Babbitt. No one near him. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You can now be seated.
And here is Williams. His last outing, he had 8 points. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I caught up with Coach Alvin Gentry. I asked him about the matchup problems created by a player like Andrea Bargnani, a 7-foot sharpshooter. He said he can give us problems, no doubt. It's tough to really bother that shot, and he can also put it on the deck and drive. We've got to just get into his body, try to make him a facilitator rather than a scorer. Kevin, we'll see if they're successful.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Here is Skinny after Tyreek Evans' score. Here is Skinny. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Lock at 6. Here's Lopez. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Evans with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver. Babbitt kicks to Sloan. Kufis the pass to Sloan. Can't get it to go. Williams with the defensive effort. For Brooklyn, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. The feed to Johnson. To the middle. Here's Skinny, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That's good from Skinny.
At the line of the Pelicans. Free. At the line for 2.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so here is New Orleans. 4-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball is about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long. Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Sloan dishes to Davis. And that's Evans penetrating. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Defensively, that possession